the Catholic Church loves sex, but in its proper context, you know, and, you know, this might sound really crazy and controversial, but God wants you to have the best sex life that you can, you know, like when it's lived out fully, that gift, because sex is ultimately a gift and is created by God, you know, like the modern culture didn't create sex, you know, it was God, and everything God created was good and holy. And, you know, the church, you know, has rules and restrictions and guidelines to help us stay on the path to heaven, ultimately, like to become a saint, you know, and it's important to have rules and guidelines in anything. And Simon often uses the example of, you know, driving, you know, like if you, the lanes are there for a reason. Now in Malta, you know, people are
I was going to say, I don't know if my example would work in Malta.
The driving's a little crazier, but anyway, the point of those lines is...
In Sydney, we have strict lanes.
Yeah, and so you can't get out of your lane. Like, but anyway, those lines, those lanes are there to keep us on the path, you know, and we know if we go off, especially without indicating or whatever, there's going to be chaos, right? We're going to could get hurt. And another way I like to look at, you know, the gift of sex is like, you know, imagine a fire, you know, burning in a fireplace. You know, it keeps the house warm. It can roast marshmallows. It's great, you know. But once the fire is outside the fireplace and starts spreading around the house, we've got chaos and we've got danger and we've got all of these concerns that pop up. It's the same thing with sex and the Catholic Church's response to giving us these rules and guidelines. It's to keep it within the context of marriage, to keep it ordered towards loving the other and making yourself a gift to the other. Okay, love always asks the question, what can I give? Lust always asks the question, what can I take? You know, there's a real difference. It's selflessness and selfishness. Okay, and the church wants us to be selfless with our love. The church wants us to have sacrificial, life-giving love. And the two purposes of sex is babies and bonding, you know, like it's procreation and it's unity for the married couple. And so anything less than that, we fall short of the beauty and the gift of what sex is truly supposed to be as designed by God. And the church wants us to embody that fulfillment of and totally embrace the fullness of that gift and not have anything less and not have anything contrary. And that's precisely why the church has, you know, so many ways to help us to achieve that fullness of what sex is truly supposed to be in the eyes of the Lord. Yes, it may seem that the church is being quite strict in certain areas, but that's only for our own good. And, you know, it totally embracing the teachings of the church around sexual morality ensures that we don't stray out of that lane, that we don't stray into sexual sin, which drags us further away from the truth and from God. It helps us on that path to heaven and becoming a saint, which is what we're all created for. And remember, sex is designed to be within the vocation of marriage, and the purpose of any vocation, no matter what it is our path to holiness, you know, so we can't take that out of the proper context, because then it drags us further away from our vocation, from God, and ultimately from heaven, which is what our hearts are truly made for and truly desire. Yeah, the reason the church has so many rules is it's for our own good and for our own fulfillment.